We get some weird calls and ambulance control, Part 7. I've messed everything up, and I don't know where to turn. I need to get to the bottom of this. I've screwed up so badly. Everyone at work hates me. I hate myself, and they're right to. Poor Oliver. I only started mentoring him 2 days ago. He was good. A couple of years older than me, not much experience in any kind of call center job, but he took to it quickly. Really stood out in training, apparently. They said, "We've got high hopes for this one, so train him right," as they brought him over to me. No pressure. He was good, though. Answered the calls politely, got through the questions quickly, reassured callers, and ended the calls professionally. Great call taker. Great guy, too. Friendly, funny, the perfect sense of humor for the job. Husband at home. He was telling me they're hoping to adopt in a couple of years, once they're settled in their new house. This can't be happening. Please, hear me out. I know you'll come to the same conclusion as everyone at work, but I didn't do it on purpose. Something happened, something I couldn't control, and now Oliver's missing. He answered a test call. The one thing I was supposed to do, and I failed. I was supposed to keep him safe. I was meant to jump in, hit the mute button, and wait until it was over, and then explain it to him. It sounded so simple. I know I was panicking about it a few days ago, but once I met Oliver, I figured he's a clever guy, he'll get it, and I was determined to be extra vigilant after what happened with Naomi. We were on a night shift last night, and it was all going as normal. I was extra vigilant because a few of the other newbies had taken test calls successfully, so clearly we were having a high number of them. I heard the beep, and then there was this ear-piercing, horrific screeching noise, unlike anything I've heard, like someone screaming at the same time as metal being sheared apart, and it physically hurt. It was like someone had reached into my ear and was trying to drag my brain out through the tiny hole there. I ripped my headset off in agony and looked at Oliver, expecting him to have the same reaction. He gave me a weird look, like I was crazy, and turned back to the screen. "What was that? Sorry. Test call?" he asked. It was like a gut punch. I felt nausea rise in my throat, and I swallowed hard to stop myself from throwing up. It felt like my heart skipped 6 beats in a row. My breath caught in my throat, and I grabbed Oliver's shoulder, shaking my head desperately. But it was too late. Okay, thank you," he murmured, clearing the line before turning to look at me. "What the hell was that, Holly?" He looked more amused than angry, clearly thinking that my outburst had been some kind of practical joke to haze the newbies. I couldn't speak. I just shook my head at him, glancing desperately at the other mentors for support. Alex, who sat next to us, was already calling Anna over. She saw my expression and beckoned us both into a side room. She told Oliver it was a prank, and we'd both fallen for it. She explained the rumors about people disappearing, but told him it was just a code word we used for when people had quit. He was pretty shaken by my outburst, so she told him to head home and forget about the rest of the night shift, and she'd consider finding him a new mentor tomorrow. This was when I knew I was in deep shit. I tried my hardest to explain. I told her about the screeching noise in my ear, but I could tell she didn't believe me. Most of them know by now that I've been writing about these test calls, and after what happened with Naomi, I had asked James so many questions. They think I was curious and used Oliver as a way of finding out what would happen. Curious doesn't cover it. I'm totally freaked out about these test calls, but I promise, that isn't what happened. I need you to believe me when I say that, because no one else does. My name is mud at work. The only relief in all of this is that they haven't suspended or fired me. I guess it'd be easy for them to have done so, because right now it looks like I've put the newbie I was supposed to be mentoring right in the firing line just to satisfy my own curiosity. I would never ever do that. They asked me what the voice said when Oliver replied to it. They didn't ask him so as not to freak him out too much. And I told them that I didn't know because I couldn't hear. I'd taken my headset off as soon as the horrific noise came through. I don't know if they believe me or not. They have CCTV in the control room. I just hope they can bring it up and show that I'm telling the truth. It's selfish of me to be trying to clear my name when Oliver may or may not have already disappeared without a trace. I don't want to live in fear of these test calls anymore. I don't know if you guys are listening to these stories and trolling me, but I got a text message the other day to my personal phone just saying, "Test call." I didn't reply, but what the hell is going on? I swear, I'm hearing test call everywhere. Parking machines, the little speakers at the drive-thrus, even the radio. Part of me wants to answer one. What do I have to lose? I told Jack everything about Oliver and the test call and my Reddit posts, and he took the same view as the others. Was it just my curiosity? Did I deliberately let him answer to see what would happen? He doesn't even want to look at me at the moment. He's thinking about moving in with some friends for a while. I've lost my boyfriend and my friends, and I'm going insane. It feels like the universe is telling me something. Like, I'm supposed to answer a test call. Is this how Naomi felt? Like something was pulling her towards that decision to answer? Or was it just bad luck, like Oliver? Bad luck that the call came to him. Bad luck that my headset malfunctioned. Bad luck that even when I realized it was a test call, I didn't put it on mute. Shit. I didn't even try to save him. It was probably already too late. He'd already answered, but still, I didn't react. I grabbed him and tried to tell him not to, but I didn't do anything practical to stop it. I didn't warn him when I could have done it all along. I didn't explain why 2 of his fellow newbies went home in tears and didn't come back to work again, after having test calls explained to them and deciding they couldn't cope with the stress. Even now, I'm sitting here in my room. I could be outside Oliver's house waiting to see him leave, or catching whoever tries to sneak in and take him away. I could be maintaining constant contact to pinpoint the exact moment he disappears. I'm not, because in a sick, twisted, disgusting way, I need to see how it all plays out. There's only one way to know for sure. This might be my last update. I have no idea what happens next. I have a night shift tonight, and my decision is clear. Thank you for the support, the reassurance, and the encouragement. I have to answer the test call.